The clock ticked past midnight, its faint sound barely audible over the rain pattering against the window. Armand sat in the dim glow of a single lamp, staring at the unopened letter on the coffee table. The room felt suffocating, as if the weight of the world pressed down on his chest. He hadn't opened a letter in months. He was too scared of what might be inside. Bills, overdue notices, reminders of a life he had let slip through his fingers. 2 years ago, Armand had been unstoppable, a rising star in his field, a man everyone admired. But one fateful night, a drunk driver veered into his car, shattering not only his body, but his spirit. The physical injuries healed over time, but the emotional scars remained. He lost his job, his confidence, and worst of all, himself. For months, he spiraled into darkness. Days blurred into nights as he lay in bed, drowning in self-pity and fear. Friends stopped calling. Family visits became awkward, filled with unspoken concern. Armand felt invisible, like a ghost haunting his own life. But that night, something changed. As the rain fell harder, Armand noticed a faint flicker of light reflecting on the wet window pane. He turned his head toward the small mirror on the wall and saw his own reflection, pale, unkempt, and broken. But his eyes still held a glimmer of something he hadn't felt in a long time: hope. He reached for the letter, his hands trembling. He opened it, expecting another demand for payment. Instead, it was a letter from an old friend, Samir, who had been out of touch for years. "Arman," it read, "I heard about what happened. I can't imagine how hard it's been, but I want you to know something. You've inspired me more than anyone I've ever met. Your determination, your kindness, your fire. Those things can't be taken away, no matter what life throws at you. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here." Tears streamed down Armand's face as he read the letter. It was as if Samir had reached into the depths of his despair and pulled him back, even if just a little. For the first time in what felt like forever, Armand allowed himself to cry. Not out of sadness, but out of relief. The next morning he got out of bed and opened the curtains, letting sunlight flood the room. He picked up his phone and called Samir. That conversation was the first of many that reminded Armand he wasn't alone. Over the next few months, he started small. A walk around the block turned into a jog. A few stretches turned into yoga classes. He attended therapy sessions, even when it terrified him to confront his pain. He volunteered at a local shelter, realizing that helping others brought a light to his life he thought had been extinguished. As time passed, the pieces of Armand's life slowly came together. He found a part-time job, then a full-time position, working for a cause he deeply believed in. He reconnected with friends and family, allowing their support to lift him when he couldn't lift himself. Armand didn't just recover, he transformed. The darkness he had endured became the foundation for his strength. He started giving talks to others facing similar challenges, sharing his story of pain, struggle, and triumph. One day, as he stood on stage in front of a room full of people, he looked out at their faces and saw hope mirrored back at him. "If there's one thing I've learned," he said, "it's that even in the darkest times, there's a light waiting for you. You just have to believe it's there and take that first step toward it." He knew that his journey from darkness to light wasn't just his own. It was a reminder to everyone that no matter how far you fall, there's always a way back.